This is Will Spencer from the Renaissance of Men here with the new 21 report and Jeff Younger.
How do you do?
Doing well, sir. How are you?
Well.
So talk a little bit about your speech at 21 Patriarchs event.
Well, I wanted to inform people about what's happening to my son. My ex-wife has been trying to transition my son to a girl since he was 3 years old. And I've been fighting her every step of the way. He's now 9 years old. About $1.2 million into this fight, and I'm going up against the American Psychological Association, which is publicly opined on my case, which is very unusual. The Texas Psychological Association, the Endocrine Society, all of the counselors, the Dallas County courts, and I'm facing all of them down in court. It's usually me versus 3 other lawyers in court because I have an amicus attorney, and they always bring in other lawyers. So it's been a rough battle. So far, I've been able to keep him from being chemically castrated, but I have not successfully stopped what they call social transition. They cross-dress him. They're teaching him that he is actually a girl. He's enrolled in school as a girl. He goes to school like a drag queen, and have not been able to stop that, even though I have a court order, two court orders that say that he's a male by sex, a boy by gender, and his name is James Damon Younger. The courts are still allowing it, won't enforce their own order for ideological reasons. And the objective of my talk was to explain what's going on there and relate that to the attacks on masculinity. Like, we talk a lot about how they're pathologizing masculinity. But the next step when you get a disease, when something's a pathology, is to fix the disease. And this transgender movement is a surgical hormonal attempt to fix this pathology that they've defined, which is masculinity. And then finally, to get men to realize that talking about it on social media is not enough. Talking to each other is not enough. So I wanted them to see how I have exerted political and social and economic and ideological power in Texas to force the governor of our state to outlaw sex change surgeries on kids. And I did that by forcing him to do it. He didn't want to do it. And give some of the insights from real examples of how I've exerted actual power as a man. Not just talking about being masculine, but okay, you've done all this self-development, what are you going to do with it? And so I wanted to tell him some of the lessons I've learned, some of the failures that I've had. And my next step is to try to outlaw the chemical castration of children. And then my third objective is to outlaw the social transitioning or cross-dressing of children.
What are some of the examples of the power that you brought to bear in this situation?